Is it going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cut off for a second.
Alright guys, here we go. Today, you're looking at this, look at the stack of this deck. It's huge. This is my personal 60 card Firefist deck. I love this deck. It's a lot of fun. It tops at locals a lot. It's not saying much because it is just locals, but it's a pretty good deck. It's pretty consistent, especially for a 60 card. I'm going to go ahead and cut into the main deck. I run Triple Bear. Bear is really good. He's the heart and soul Firefist. He sacks the fire formation, destroys a monster on the field. He inflicts damage. He sets one. He's really good. 60 card was inspired by the +1 nature of this deck. I did run it originally before Paul Blake talked with it, but I still love it. I'm running one gorilla. For an archetype-based MST is really good, along with if he powers over something, he sets one, which is good. It doesn't happen much, but it can happen. Then I'm running Triple Dragon. Dragon is amazing. You activate any other fire formation once he's on the board, and he sets a spell directly from the deck. He sets all your traps, which is really good, and he also is common for the one card cardinal play, where you use a fire formation and he sets one, and you sack two, and you special summon for cardinal, and it's like a net one card. It's really good. And then one snake. Snake is really good in this deck. When bear, gorilla, rooster, anything sacks something and puts it in the grave, he sets a trap directly. He's also an 1800, pretty big monster. His other effect is sack 2, draw 1. I never really use it, but it's there. Then one Wolfmark, because it's an instant rank 4. He's like the red darkest metal of this deck. He is at 1. One Buffalo. Buffalo is really good because it sacks 2 fire formations, special summons himself, and then he generally goes into rank 4. He's also 1700, which isn't that bad. Double Caribou. Caribou is when it's destroyed by an effect. It's going to special summon a Firefist out, level 4 Firefist, and when he's used for synchro of a Firefist, he sets one. It's a really good card. And then Double Boar. Double Boar is for when your monster gets destroyed by battle. And then he special summons out a Firefist. He also, when once on the field, when XYZ happens of a Firefist, he also sets another one. I don't really use that effect much, but it's there. One Swallow. He's a good level 5. He sets a fire formation trap when he's summoned also, which is the best part about him. None of my Beast Warriors can be targeted when he's on the field. Stops hands, stops a lot of things. One Coyote. Coyote's there because if there's a fire formation spell and trap on the field, you can special summon on it. It's basically like a free Cyber Dragon. And then Veiler's very popular against this deck, so if you like Spirit and they Veiler Spirit, so you can't do any more, that's a 5 and it's a 3, it's an 8 on the board immediately. So it's pretty good in tangent. And then I'd have to say, like, the god of this deck, the heart and soul, this card is so good. Triple Raven. Raven is amazing. When it says, instead of when this card, it says if this card is sent to the graveyard, it sets a fire formation spell trap. It's great with Transmodify, it's great if the field gets bombed. He's such a good card. I love Raven. Raven's so good. And Triple Leopard. Leopard is he destroys him, he tributes himself, generally himself, he can tribute others, but you tribute himself, he sets fire formation spell or trap. It's really good. He's also 200 defense, so he works with Rekindling and Spirit, and he's really, really good. Like, he's so good, he adds the consistency so much. One Spirit. Spirit is at 1 for a reason. It will grab a leopard or a rooster out of your grave and summon it, and then go into an instant synchro of 6, which is generally Horse Prince. And then 2 Rooster. Rooster is a card that works so well in this deck. Only 2. 3 is a little cloggy because it's not that good of a card on its own. It's great when it's summoned by Spirit, when it's summoned by Horse Prince. It's really good. And then it sacks fire formation, sets another one, so it's like a free redo on your spell and traps. And then Triple Tanky. Tanky is your search for almost any card in the deck. It tutors or searches for any card, and that's really good about Tanky. And then you use it to activate any of your effects. Triple Tensu. You're running Triple Tensu because you got to remember this is 60 cards, and you're more than likely not even going to get to your 3-ofs, even if you have it. So it's really good. Plus the ability to normal summon again it helps with like consistency, and you can actually push for game, which is nice because Firefist can't generally OTK. 2 Fire Formation Gaiuku. This locks down your opponent's background, and it's also a searchable, like, basically an MST kind of sort of way. I really like this card. It's also usable, like, Desperation Attempt usable. 1 Yoko. Yoko is a card you don't generally see in Firefist. It ditches a Beast Warrior and destroys 1 monster on the field. It's really, really good with Buffalo, and you're thinking they're both 1-ofs, but everything is searchable in the deck. That's how 60 card Firefist works. It's all searchable, and that card's really good. Triple Onslaught, because there's so much field clear right now, and everybody like pushes to get monsters off the board. It's like you'll end up with no monsters, and then you just get a free monster. Free Raven, free Caribou, free rank 4, whatever you need at the time. It's really good. Triple Transmodify? Transmodify is so good in 60 cards because it takes Raven and it goes for Bear, Gorilla, Dragon, anything you need, and also sets 1. So it's just like a combo card. It starts your combo. It's really good. I love this card. Double Magic Planner, because all Fire Formation trap cards are continuous, and it also works with Fiendish. It's just a draw 2 because it's still 60 cards, so you want to draw more. Double MST for back row. 2 is fine. Double Circle. Circle is really good because Ragnazir is a problem with this card and other cards, and they target a monster and you just swap them out. And since that monster's on the field, it doesn't like resolve, so it's really good. It's also really good with the popular, I love the Raven Black Rose play. What happens is you'll go into Black Rose, and if there's a Raven in the grave, they Fiendish the Black Rose. You circle the Fire Kings for Raven on the field, and it's like 4 chain links in, and the Black Rose still goes off because it was Synchro summoned, and you also get Raven set. It's an amazing with it. 1 Dark Hole, because Dark Hole works, I run Dark Hole in decks that can work with it. Like, if there's a Raven on the field, if there's a Caribou on the field, it destroys it and you get their effects, which is nice. That's why I only run it in decks that can use it. And 1 Rekindling, because you have 4 200 defense monsters. You use this, it's not a win condition, but you start like ramping off this card. Triple Fire Formation Tensin. Tensin is your plus 1,000 during the damage step. Anywhere, it's a good trap. It's a real surprising, it's not really surprising, but it hurts your opponent when you have it. It's really good. Triple Tenkin. Tenkin, it only activates during your main phase 1, which is what keeps it balanced, but it targets one of your Beast Warriors. It's unaffected by everything. Basically, it's effect negated, but it's a small cost to pay to be unaffected by everything. Double Fiendish for monster effect negation. Works with Magic Lanterns. 1 Bottomless and 1 Solemn. I'm not running Torrential because you don't lose field presence, and if you ever do lose field presence, you really don't, because then you do everything next turn. This deck has a lot of consistent ways to keep going, and then Compulse is just not as big as a power card, I feel, as Bottomless, so Bottomless works well. 1 Skill Prisoner, because I hate Valor. That's the reason I hate Valor. That's the main reason it's in here. And then 1 Ultimate Fire Formation Saito. This card is the win condition of this deck. It's the main reason of why 60 card really works, because its effect is banish 7 Fire Formation spell or traps, special summon as many Firefists from your grave, and then set as many Fire Formations from your deck as possible. And of course it's only 4 because it resolves on the field, but this card is the win condition. If this goes off, you kind of win. There's very little your opponent can do against this, and it also, like, that's the main point of this deck, is just to ramp your Fire Formations in the grave, get this. It's also searchable, that's why it's only at 1. It's a dead draw if you get it. And then I'm running triple Brotherhood of the Firefist Tiger King. It's a really easy rank 4 to go into. It searches out everything you need. It searches your 5 formation. It also sacks 3 to special summon 2. It helps with the getting the Cyto faster. It's really good in itself, along with the effect negation. Double Cardinal, because the ability to just shuffle 2 things on the field into the deck for no cost, basically, because you're actually helping yourself by shuffling some things in, and it's really good. Also, it's a 1 card with Dragon, 1 Line Emperor, because you want to get back the spirits and the wolf barks that are used, and you get them and you return them to your hand. It's really good. 1 Bujinki Kagasuchi, it's a God of Fire. It's for a reason. It has a make stroke effect where it can't be destroyed, and the Mill 5 also works if you have like Spirit in hand and you want to like dump Leopards to go into a quick one, or dump Scale Prisoner if you inspect the Veiler. 1 Diamond Direwolf. This card works ridiculously well with this deck. It like destroys a Beast Warrior, which sometimes can destroy Raven, and then you destroy one of their cards and you get Raven's effect that then sets something, which is really nice. So it works even better with this deck. 1 Gaga Cowboy for boom boom at your life points. It's really good. 1 Crazy Box, because Skill Drain is a card. It also works with Tiger King, where Tiger King will negate this effect, and then you can swing with 3,000. It's a good way to OTK. 1 Horse Prince. Horse Prince is it's a level 6. You get it with Spirit and Leopard or Rooster, and then you special summon out Rooster or Leopard or Raven, and then you start just going off with it and makes +2 plays. It's really good. Most people run it at 2. I'm only running it at 1 because I run Vulcan. I run 1 Vulcan. I like it in choice situations if you need to just send something back to your opponent's hand that's like a real problem for you. And it's a really good card, especially if it's like, because they can't use it that turn, where you can return cores and not have to worry about it, and then like win with it. 1 Kieran. Kieran is good with the Caribou Boar combo, the Caribou, and it sets 1 when it's summoned, and then with Caribou's effect it sets another, and then negging your opponent's monster's attack is pretty good on its own. I'm also running 1 Crimson Blader. Crimson Blader is really good because Boar can only go into fire synchros, and this is like one of the only good fire synchros. It's good against E-Dragons and Dragon Rulers, and if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, they can't special summon it. It's really good. And then 1 Black Rose, which I just lent to someone, so I don't have it right now, but we're gonna say this is a Black Rose. Black Rose is really good if you have the Raven Circle of Fire Kings play, because then Black Rose doesn't get stopped. It also has good like synergy with this deck. That's why I like it over, say, Excitation Knight. And then for the side deck, I'm running 1 Brotherhood of the Firefist Hawk. This is generally for Dark Worlds, because if you draw this and they make you discard this and you get its effect, which is really nice. It's also good in effects where you need that +500 attack and defense. I don't really run into that much, but there are a few like lesser decks that'll work with that. 1 Maxi, because you want to draw for ramping decks. 1 Pitch Black Werewolf, because it's a searchable thing that when you attack, your opponent can't do trap cards. So it's really good against like Mirror Forces, Deep Prisons. 1 Dimensional Fissure, because any monster is banished instead. It doesn't hurt you that much and can hurt other opponents a lot more. 1 System Downs, because I hate Girya, I hate Kurikari. This is like a dark hole that banishes. It's amazing. 1,000 life points isn't that much. 3rd MST for if I need it against decks with heavy back row. And Double Rivalry, because this is a Beast Warrior deck and you only run Beast Warriors, and that's all you're going to need. It stops Constellars, it stops Evil Swarms, it stops like some Light Swarms. It's a pretty good card right now. 1 Mind Drain for, I use it against like Bujins and Ghost Tricks, things that really activate in the hand. 1 Fire Formation Coyote. This thing, you use it, it inflicts piercing. It's really good against raccoons right now, which is a pretty good deck. Obedient schooled the deck basically, and their monsters can't be destroyed, but you can inflict enough damage to win, and that's why I like that card. 1 Soul Drain for Light Sworns, because I don't like light swords at all, and this stops effects that are banished and stuff, only monster effects. One goes in match, because there's not many things that aren't like multiple attributes. Like, there's still chaos decks, but like a lot of it is pure light swarms or constellars, evil swarms. So there's generally one, that's why there's only one. Transmigration for E-Dragons and other things that are really working the grave. It shuffles 2 things in the grave. It's really good. And speaking of E-Dragons, double Imperial Iron Wall, because I don't like them, and it stops things from being banished, stops those heavy banished graveyard manipulation decks. Alright guys, this is my 60 card Firefist. I really love this deck. It's fun. It tops the levels. Doesn't mean much, but it's still kind of good. It does have consistency, and it's really fun to play. I would encourage playing it. If you want me to do 40 card Firefist, I do have a 3.5 Axis build that I can use if it is in demand. But other than that, I really like 60 card. It's a lot of fun. It's really unexpected, and if you guys like this, comment, like, subscribe, do all that, whatever you want, and I'll see you guys later.